Hello, good afternoon, one and all. So we start our today's lecture. So please reply here. Are you getting my screen here? Screen and voice. Hello. Hello all. Once again, good afternoon, one and all. So we are going to start the next chapter. So are you getting my screen here? Screen and voice. Please reply me here. Hello, are you there? So the 19 students are present over here. So out of the 19, no one is giving the reply. Hello. Yes, I got the reply. Okay, we will move to the next. So before starting the actual third chapter, just I want to revise that in last week we have conducted two tests. Okay, class test 1 and again the class test 2. So I got the your responses in Google Sheets, and maximum students have given the class 1, class test 1 and again the class test 2 here. Okay, so I request all those remaining students, you please go through that link and please complete the test on time. Okay, so that the 100% all students can solve the test here. Okay, so in that way we have completed the class test 1 and again the class test 2, and accordingly before that also we have completed the syllabus also, the chapter 1 and again the chapter 2. Okay, now in this today's lecture we are going to start the third chapter. So the third chapter name is that mining frequent patterns, associations and correlations, basic and advanced concepts. Okay, so now up till now we know that what is the data mining, what is the data warehouse, okay, what is the data pre-processing, what is the data reduction. Okay, all the things we have studied in the chapter first and again the chapter second. Now we are going to move into the chapter third. Okay, this chapter number 3 is the very important chapter is there, because here we are going to consider that, so the mining frequent pattern is whether we are having the same types of the data, then how we are going to mine it. Okay, the frequent means the frequently it is going to repeat. The meaning of the frequent is that a repetition of the any data. Okay, and pattern is nothing but it is one kind of the uniqueness. Okay, the same type, or you can say that suppose it has the same structure. Okay, that is called as the pattern. And association, so the meaning of the association is that So is there any relationship between the database? Okay, that relationship is called as the association. You just remember the thing, association is nothing but it is a one kind of the relationship. Okay. So let's suppose you are the student of Swedish College of Engineering, Pandharpur. Then you are associated with Swedish College of Engineering, Pandharpur. Okay, that is one kind of the relationship in between college and again you people you have. Okay, that is one kind of the relationship. And correlation. So the correlation is also one kind of the relationship. Okay, this is one another type of the relationship that is called as the correlation. Okay, means all these 3 points we are going to learn in this third chapter in detail. That is mining frequent patterns, associations, and correlations. It is basic and advanced concepts. Okay, all these points we are going to learn in this. Now, what is the syllabus of this chapter here? So the syllabus of this chapter is that basic concept and frequent item set mining method, which patterns are interesting, and pattern evaluation method, pattern mining, roadmap, pattern mining in multi-level, multi-dimensional space, constraint-based frequent pattern mining, and last point is the pattern exploration and application. Okay. So all these points of the syllabus we are going to learn in this chapter here. And name of the book is that Han Camber Pi Data Mining Concepts and Technique. This is about 3rd edition, elsewhere publication. So this book we required for this chapter here. So these are the assignment questions, and MCQs are there. The MCQs I will mail you. Otherwise, I will post it into the WhatsApp group. These are total 8 assignment questions are there. So the first question is that what are the frequent item set mining methods? Explain. Second question is about which patterns are interesting. And third question is explain all pattern evaluation methods in detail. And fourth question is write a short note on pattern mining roadmap. Okay. And fifth question is explain in detail pattern mining in multi-level and multi-dimensional space. Okay. And sixth question is that what is constraint-based frequent pattern mining? Explain in detail. Okay, this is about the sixth question. And the next question is question number 7. Explain in detail pattern exploration and application. And the last question is what kinds of the patterns can be mined. Okay, so all these 8 questions are there for the assignment number 3. So now we'll see the next point is about title of the chapter. Okay, as per the requirement of triple P. So what is the meaning of the chapter here? Now here the name of the chapter is that the title of the chapter is mining frequent patterns, associations and correlations, basic and advanced concepts. Okay. Now here we know that the meaning of the mining. So what is the mining here? So already we learn in the first chapter and again the second chapter, the mining is meant to search out, okay, to explore. And the meaning of the frequent is that occurring or done many times at short intervals. So the same thing is going to repeat again and again. So that is called as the frequent here. Okay. Suppose we can go to the Solapur and just we are going to have the encore of the buses. Then normally we can say that. So the frequently buses are there. Okay. From Pandharpur to Solapur. The frequent is there again and again, or the repetition of the thing. Okay. So the meaning of the frequent is that occurring or done many times at short intervals. Okay. Again and again, you can say that the repetition of the thing, okay, the same kind of the database again and again it is going to repeat. That is called as the frequent. And the next one is the pattern. So what is the patterns here? So the patterns is nothing but something used as a model to make a copy, a design, or an expected action. Okay, that is called as the a pattern here. Means the pattern is nothing but is the one kind of the model, you can say that, one kind of the design for an expected action. And association, so a connection or cooperative link between people or organization. Okay. So the meaning of the association is that a connection means it is a one kind of the relationship. So the bank customer is holding the bank account in the bank. Means there is a relationship between bank to the customer here. Okay, that is called as the association. And the correlation is that a correlation is nothing but a mutual relationship or connection between two or more things. Okay, that is called as the correlation. A mutual relationship or connection between two or more things. It may be the object. Suppose we have the object one and object two. Okay, the object one is having the relationship with the object two here. Okay, that is called as the a correlation. And this is the title of the chapter, or this is the meaning of the chapter here. So the frequent is nothing but occurring or done many times at short intervals, and patterns. It is something used as a model to make a copy, a design, or an expected action. And association, a connection or cooperative link between people or organizations. And correlations, a mutual relationship or connection between two or more things here. So this is about a title of the chapter here. Now the next one is that what are the central idea of the chapter here. So what are the things we are going to learn in this chapter? See, in this we are going to learn the basic concept of a pattern mining here. Okay, and in that which patterns are interesting. So what kind of the patterns are available, and out of that which patterns are the interesting one. Okay, that we are going to decide it. And what is pattern mining? With a complete roadmap we are going to learn in this chapter about pattern mining. And pattern mining in multi-level and multi-dimensional. Okay, so the multi-level, we know about the multi-level inheritance. Suppose the A is the main class, and again from the A we are going to derive the B class, from the B to C, C to D. Okay, these are called as the multi-level. In that way we are going to find out. And a multi-dimensional means it is a two-dimensional or three-dimensional. That is called as the multi-dimensional. And a space constraint based of frequent pattern mining. With this also, what is the space? Okay, what are the constraints you are going to put while mining the patterns? That also we are going to study in this chapter here. Means you just remember this from this chapter, what we are going to learn here. Pattern mining is the basic concept. Okay, so what is the pattern mining? What is the association? What is the correlation with respect to the pattern mining here? Okay, with respect to these all these points we are going to learn in this chapter here. Okay, and what is the importance of the chapter in subject syllabus as per the requirement of BBB? So this chapter is going to introduce the basic concepts of frequent pattern mining for the discovery of interesting associations and correlations between item sets in transactional and relational databases. Now here, what is the transactional database, and again what is the relational database here? So the transactional database is nothing but, suppose we are going to buy the products in the mall. Okay, and after means after the choosing the products in the shop or in the mall. After that, we are going to have the bill section. Okay. So in the bill section, we are going to list out all the items which we have taken, and again in front of that, we are going to write the price. Okay. So this kind of the database is called as the a transactional database. Okay. Suppose online bank account, we are going to send the money, we are going to receive the money. And another example of the transactional is that you are using the ATM card. Okay. And you are going to have the entries in the ATM card. Okay. So all these are the called as the transactional database here. Okay. And the relational database. So the relational database is nothing but it is the kind of the database which the attributes they are going to have the relationship between each other. Okay, that is called as the relational databases here. So the relational database, I can tell you that suppose the person X is there and he scored marks in the math, he scored marks in the physics, he scored marks in the chemistry. Okay, means the person X is having the relationship with the physics, chemistry, and again the maths, because these are the maths of that person X is there. So in that way, it is called as the relational database. It is there. Okay, that's why this chapter is very much important. So this chapter introduces the basic concept of frequent pattern mining for the discovery of interesting associations and correlations between item sets. Okay, the item sets means the list of items. Okay, the items means you can take the any milk, bread, biscuits, and again the butter, soap, okay, bulb. All these are the called as the item sets. Okay, so the between item sets in transactional and relational databases here. Okay, and the last one is about the chapter objectives and outcomes. So first of all, we will see what are the chapter objectives, and again after that we'll study what are the chapter outcomes here. Okay. Now the objectives of this chapter is that so the students will learn the basic concepts of mining frequent patterns. Okay, and a roadmap of association. So the students will learn a roadmap of association. And the third objective is that students will learn advanced concepts of correlation. So what are the advanced concepts of the correlations are there, that also we are going to learn in this chapter. And outcomes. So the outcome is that students will be able to, okay, after completion of this chapter, what the students will do. Okay. So the outcome is that the students will be able to explain mining frequent pattern. And second one is the students will be able to discuss about association. And the third one is about students will be able to evaluate about correlation. Okay. So all these are the called as the objectives and outcomes here. Okay. So we'll go for the our actual syllabus points here. Now all the C points we are learned here. We studied all this point. Now we will go for the actual syllabus points. So I'm going to close this PowerPoint and I will open the our syllabus. So these are the points we are going to learn in this chapter here. So the mining frequent patterns, association and correlation. So and basic and advanced concepts. Okay, so once again, I will tell you that the pattern is nothing but it is the one kind of the structure, is kind of the one model, and association is one kind of the relationship, and correlations are nothing but these are the mutual relationship which exists between the objects or the item set. Okay, you should have to understand. Now in that we are going to learn the basic concept, and after that we are going to learn the frequent item set mining method. The third one, which patterns are interesting, pattern evaluation method, and the last one is about the summary. Okay, all these are points we are going to learn this chapter one by one. Now here, what is frequent pattern analysis? Okay, what is the frequent pattern analysis? Now here we can see that what is the frequent pattern? So the frequent pattern is nothing but it is a word which is related to the database here, because our input for this subject is the database only. Okay, so we have to consider the database, and the definition of the frequent pattern is that a pattern that occurs frequently in a data set. Okay, a pattern is nothing but a set of items. Items means objects, we can say that, comma subsequences, comma substructures, etc. Means a pattern, it may be a set of items, subsequences, and substructures. Okay, the set of items means I told you the one example. Whenever we can go to the to buy the products in the mall, then we are going to list out all the items on the list and in front of that we are going to write the price for that item. So we can say that this is the one set of items there. And subsequences, subsequences are nothing but you can say the steps or the procedure. So the step by step we are going to write the procedure, that is called as the subsequences. And substructure, so the substructure is that for example, you can see the one organization, and that organization is going to divide with again the number of sections. Okay, account section, administrative block is different one, T&P player training is a different one. So that is called as the substructure. Means when we are going to consider the set of items, subsequences, substructures. Okay, all these are called as the patterns. And frequent patterns are nothing but these kind of the patterns are occurring frequently in a particular data set. Okay, in a particular data set, that is called as the frequent pattern. Okay, so the one example you can see that now the Diwali is coming. Okay, one thing we know about the moti soap. When the moti soap come into the market before the 15 days of the Diwali festival. Okay, means every in before the Diwali, the moti soap is coming into the market. Means it is going to occur frequently. Okay, like that you can say that. So this is one example for the frequent pattern. And another example of the frequent pattern is that one example I have given about that, about the buses. Okay, from the Pandharpur to Solapur, how many buses? The frequently buses are flying from the Pandharpur to the Solapur. Okay, the number of buses are there, so that's why the more frequency it is there. Okay, that is called as the frequent pattern here. Okay. And this about frequent pattern. First, it is proposed by Agarwal and Emelinsky and Swami in the context of frequent item sets and association rule mining. Okay, so association rule mining, what is that? That we are going to see into the next slide here. Now, in this slide only, we are going to learn about the frequent pattern here. Okay, this is the second line. It is given the reference. Okay, this is called as a reference for the definition of frequent pattern here. Okay, means this frequent pattern definition is written into the Agarwal Milinski and Swami in the context of frequent item sets and association rule mining here. But you have to take in this slide here, what is frequent pattern? No worry about where it is written or what is its reference. Okay. And motivation, finding inherent regularities in the data. Okay, so the regularities in the data we are going to find out. This is our motivation. So what products were often purchased together? Very important. Okay. What are the subsequent purchases after buying a PC? PC means your personal computer. What kinds of DNA are sensitive to this new drug? Can we automatically classify web documents? Okay. So these are the motivations, or these are the main reasons why we are going to learn about a frequent pattern. Okay. Suppose whenever we are going to buy the personal computer desktop, after that we are going definitely we are going to buy the some kind of the UPS, a small UPS, a printer is also going to buy, some software products are also we are going to buy. Okay. Means we need to find out that. Okay. And what are the applications? Okay. What are the applications of these frequent patterns here? So the applications are nothing but very important applications are there. Basket data analysis. You know about the basket data analysis? See, the bunch of the database is available. Okay. And at a time we are going to have the analysis of that database here. That is called as the basket data analysis. Cross marketing. Nowadays, this point is very, very important in the market. That is about the cross marketing. Catalog design. Catalog design means your menu card like that. Okay, this is called as catalog design. Sell campaign analysis. Okay, so regarding the market, this application is also important for the sell campaign analysis. Web log. Okay, whatever the web logs are there, web log analysis and DNA sequence analysis. DNA sequence analysis means you know about the DNA means the human blood it is going to consider the DNA. Okay, that we are going to identify the sequences. Means these are the applications for the frequent pattern analysis here. Okay. Now see the once again. So the frequent pattern is that a pattern. The pattern is nothing but a set of items, subsequences, substructures, etc. Okay, and wherever that occurs frequently in a data set, so this is called as the frequent pattern here. And first, it is proposed by Agrawal, Emelinsky, and Swami in the context of frequent item sets and association rule mining. And motivation is that finding inherent regularities in data. So what products were often purchased together? What are the subsequent purchases after buying a PC? What kinds of the DNA are sensitive to this new drug? And can we automatically classify web documents? Okay. And applications are nothing but basket data analysis, cross marketing, catalog design, sell campaign analysis, web log analysis, and DNA sequence analysis. So this is about what is frequent pattern analysis. Now, the next point we will see that why is frequent pattern mining important? Okay, means what is the importance of the frequent pattern mining that we are going to see in this slide here. So the frequent pattern is an intrinsic and important property of data sets. Okay, now the see automatically data sets are available. So you can see the data, any data set. I have given one example of the Vekano. So in that Veka, the already data set is there. Okay, Sobin. One example I have remembered it, Sobin. So using that Sobin, you can have the analysis of the given data set in the Veka software. So the data sets are nothing but these are the collection of the data sets database it is there. Foundation for many essential data mining tasks. So the frequent pattern mining is useful for finding the some kind of the relationship between the data set, the relationship between the objects. Okay. Means what kind of that it is requirement it is there. So association, correlation, and causality analysis, sequential, structural, subgraph patterns, pattern analysis in spatiotemporal, multimedia, time series, and stream data. And after that, we have the classification. So the classification with respect to the discriminative frequent pattern analysis. Again, the cluster analysis, frequent pattern based clustering. The cluster analysis means we can make the groups of the items, so where they are going to have the same kind of the property. Okay, that is called as the cluster analysis. Data warehousing. So the data warehousing is that where the pre-processed database we are going to store into the place. Okay, that place is called as the data warehouse. So for the data warehouse, we are going to use the iceberg cube and again the cube gradient. Okay, we know we learn in the second chapter what is the cube. The cube is nothing but it is a three-dimensional database. It is there. Okay, and a semantic data compression, hassles, and broad application. Okay, so the semantic data compression is nothing but the meaning of that sentence. Okay, so the multiple words are there, but which they are carrying the same meaning. Then you can have the only one word of that one. Okay, that is called as the semantic data compression by using the Haskell. Okay. That is why is the frequent pattern mining important. So it is going to find the relationship. It is going to find the sequential patterns, structural patterns. It is going to have the pattern analysis, classification, cluster analysis, data warehousing, semantic data compression, and again it has the broad application. That is why the frequent pattern mining is important here. Okay. So the once again we can see here. So the frequent pattern. So it's an intrinsic and the important property of data sets and a foundation for many essential data mining tasks. Association, correlation, and causality analysis, sequential, structural, for example, subgraph patterns, and pattern analysis in spatiotemporal, multimedia, time series, and stream data. With respect to the classification, discriminative frequent pattern analysis, cluster analysis, the frequent pattern based clustering, data warehousing, and iceberg cube and cube gradient, semantic data compression, and again has the broad application. Okay, that is why the frequent pattern mining is important here. Okay. Now we can see one example for the basic frequent patterns. So what are the frequent patterns? One example you can see here. Okay, just we can have the observation in this slide here. So here we have one table. The table is contains TID, the transaction ID for the items. Okay, the TID is nothing but the transaction items for these item IDs. So the item IDs are nothing but 10, 20, 30, 40, and again the 50. So in the TID 10, so what are the items? Items are here: butter, nuts, and again the diaper. In the TID 20, we have the butter, coffee, and again diaper. TID 30, we have the butter, diaper, egg. In the TID 40, we have the nuts, egg, milk. And again the TID 50, we have the nuts, coffee, diaper, eggs, and again the milk here. Okay, these are the items which are listed in a particular transaction IDs here. When the transaction ID 10 contains the 3 items, transaction ID 20 it contains the 3 items, transaction ID 30 it contains the 3 items, again transaction ID 40 it contains the 3 items, and again the transaction ID 50 it contains the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 items here. Now what is the item set here? So the item set is nothing but a set of one or more items. It is called as the item set here. Okay. And what is the k item set? The k item set is that the x is equal to x1 up to the xk. Okay. So it is absolute support or support count of x. Frequency or occurrence of an item set x. Okay, that is called as the k item set. Means the meaning of the k item set is that the frequency or occurrence of an particular item set. Okay, that is called as the k item set. And the relative support. So the relative support is denoted by the yes. Okay, the relative support is denoted by the yes. So is the fraction of the transactions that contains x, that is the probability that a transaction contains x. Okay, the s is nothing but the probability of that fraction of the transactions. Yes. An item set x is frequent if x support is no less than a min support threshold. Okay, that is called as the frequent item x. Now here you can set the yellow and again the bluish color here. So the yellow is that the customer buys butter, and this combination is nothing but the customer buys both. And here you can see that the customer buys a diaper here. Now you can see that the yellow buys the butter. So in the transaction ID T10, it is going to contain the butter. TV20 is having the butter. Okay. Now you can check the diaper and again the butter. So in the first diaper and butter it is there. Second also the butter and diaper it is there. 30 also it will have the butter and diaper. 40 it is not there. Again the 50, the only a diaper is there. Means the 10, 20 and again the 30. They are having the common item sets. Okay. So this is a basic concept that is about the frequent patterns here. So I will just I will give the 1 minute. You just take this table and again this diagram here. This is very important. Here we shall move to the next point here. So the next point is that find all the rules, okay, x to y with a minimum support and a confidence here. So the support yes is denoted by the yes, and the probability that a transaction contains x is union set with y here. Okay, and the confidence is denoted by the c here. So the confidence is denoted by the c, and it is a conditional probability that a transaction having x also contains y. Okay, suppose the transaction is also having the, and it is going to contain the y also. So the let minimum support is the 50. Okay, the minimum support is the 50%, and minimum confidence is the 50%. Then the frequent patterns are nothing but the butter, it occurs the 3 times, the nuts is occur the 1, 2 and again 3 times. The diaper is also going to occur 1, 2, 3 and again 4 times. And eggs is going to appear the eggs 1 and again 2 and again 3. Okay. And out of that, the set is the butter and again the diaper. Okay. So the butter and again the diaper, it is the common in 3 transaction IDs. So the butter comma diaper is going to appear the 3 times at the 3 transaction IDs here. Okay. So in that way, we can define the support and again the confidence here. Now, what is the association rule here? Okay, very important. The association rule is nothing but we are going to find out the something, a relationship is there. So what kind of the relationship is there in between that? Now here we can see that that is the butter is there. So butter to the diaper. Okay. So the butter to the diaper, we have the 60%, and again we have the 100%. And diaper to the butter, again we have the 60%, and again the 75%. So the serially it is going to appear here. Serially butter, butter, butter. And after that the diaper, diaper, and the diaper is coming to the 50 transaction ID. Okay. Means in that way we are going to have the definition for the minimum support and again the confidence here. Now a long pattern contains the combinatorial number of sub-patterns. For example, A1 to A100 contains 100:1 plus 100:2 plus dash dash plus 100:100 is equal to 2:100 minus 1 is equal to 1.27 into 10⁻30 sub-pattern. Means a long pattern, how many patterns sub-patterns is going to contain? That is equal to 1.27 into 10⁻30. Okay, sub-pattern. And the solution is that the mine closed patterns and max patterns instead. Okay. So what is the closed patterns and again the max patterns, that also we are going to study here. So an item set X is closed if X is frequent and there exists no super pattern. The super pattern is denoted by the Y super pattern with X with the same support as X. Okay. And it is proposed by the Pascal. And max pattern is nothing but an item set X is a max pattern if X is frequent and there exists no frequent super pattern. So the Y is a super pattern with X is proposed by the Bardo. And the closed pattern is a lossless compression of frequent patterns. So the lossless compression is nothing but whenever we are going to have the compression technique, there are 2 types of the compression techniques are there. One is the lossy compression and another one is the lossless compression. So in the lossy compression, data may delete or data may corrupt in the lossy compression, and in the lossless compression, after the compression, the data remains as it is. Okay. Now here we can have the exercise. The database, we can have the A1 to the A100, A1 to the A50. Okay, these are the, and minimum support is equal to 1. So what is the set of the closed item set here? So the closed item sets are nothing but a set of the A1 to the A10 is 1. This is the one set. And again A1 to 50 it is a one another set. Okay, out of this one. This is the one set is a different one, and this set is also the different one. I mean, these are called as the closed item sets. Okay, this is one closed item set, and again this is one another closed item set here. What is the set of max pattern here? Means out of this, how we are going to find the max pattern here? So this is 100 items are there which are having the same pattern. Here we are having the only 50 items which are having the only 50 items. but you can compare all these two things here. Definitely the A1 to A100 is the greater one. Means the A1 to A100 is the big one here. So that is called as the max pattern here. What is the set of all patterns here? Means the combinedly you can write this one. DB is equal to A1 to A10, comma A1 to 50 here. Means this is the set of the all patterns here. Okay. So now we'll see that the time is available or not. Yes, still time it is there. We'll go to the next point. So the computational complexity of frequent item sets mining here. So how we are going to calculate the computational complexity of frequent item set mining here. Now here you can see that. So how many item sets are potentially to be generated in the worst case? Okay. And we know about the worst case and again the best case. So in the best case, we are going to find out the best result. But in the worst case, we are going to try out the results here. Okay, the number of frequent item sets to be generated is sensitive to the minimum support threshold. And when a minimum support is low, there exists potentially an exponential number of frequent item sets. So the worst case is m raised to n, where m is distinct items and n is the maximum length of the transaction. Okay. And the worst case complexity versus the expected probability. For example, suppose Walmart has 10 raised to 4 kinds of the products. The chance to pick up one product is 10 raised to -4. And the chance to pick up a particular set of 10 products is nearly equal to 10 raised to -40. It means in that way we can have the computational complexity of frequent item sets mining here. Okay. So till now we have completed the basic concepts here. So in the basic concepts we have learned the many definitions. Okay. So we learn about what is the frequent pattern analysis and why is the frequent pattern mining is important. And frequent patterns means what here. And we define the probability, confidence, support, association rule. Okay, and what is the closed patterns, what is the max patterns. Okay. So these are the examples of the closed item set, max pattern. Okay. Now the next one is that the frequent item set mining method. So what is the frequent item set mining method? So in that we are going to learn the many points here. Okay, the total how many points are there? 1, 2, 3, 4 points are there. So all these 4 points are nothing but a priori. A priori means what here? A candidate generation and test approach. Okay. So what is the candidate generation and again what is the test approach that we are going to learn in the a priori, and improving the efficiency of a priori. FP growth. So a frequent pattern growth approach. Okay, FP growth means what here? A frequent pattern growth approach. Okay. And the next one is the ECLAT. So the ECLAT is nothing but it is a frequent pattern mining with vertical data format. Okay. So all these approaches we are going to learn in detail. Okay. So the all these points we are going to learn in this remaining or in the next lecture. So I think today our time is over. Now we shall stop here. Okay. So I request you all. What is the today's attendance? So attendance is 31. So is there any doubt in this Hello all, are you listening me? Are you there? Hello. Hello. Are you listening?
Yes, sir.
Yes, no problem. Today good attendance is there. 31 students are there. So then shall we stop here? Hello. So I request you all, you please put your attendance in the chat box. So with your roll number, and I request you all, you please once you enter your attendance. Okay. Don't use the frequent patterns again and again. Don't repeat. Okay. So I request you all, only once you put your attendance in the chat box. So what happens, you are putting again and again your attendance in the chat box, and it is very difficult for me to mark your presenting. Okay. So today we will stop here. You put your attendance. I will mark your today's presentation, and I wish you very happy Diwali to you all. And stay home, stay safe. So thank you one and all. So here we will close our today's meeting.
Hello, 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 hello.